We're interviewing me about the fact that I have bisexualness, Tourettes, and
Gay.
Yes. Well, bisexuals often get stigmatized the idea that because we like both sexes or any sex, any gender, that we're going to cheat on a partner, but it's not. I'm a monogamous person. Tourette's wise, people think it's all about the swearing, and it's really not. It's a small part of what a small number of people with Tourette's have. And I guess personality-wise, a movie came out recently called Split, and that has had, I guess, both positive and negative effects on people with the disorder. It depends on the time. Tics come and go. It's kind of like the tide. Sometimes I'll have one tick, sometimes I'll have another tick. But usually a lot of the ones that I have, there's one at the moment which is Praise the Dragon and then Smite the Rocks, which are fun. But I have Corporalia, which is the swearing tick, Echolalia, which is copying people, and another one I can't remember the name of, but it's basically copying myself. So if I say something, I'll say something back, say something back, say something back. So I'm a bit of a mixed bag. I've got a little everything going on. People can take it the wrong way. I've had people take it the wrong way in the past. Family members take it the wrong way, or close family members, and I just want them to accept it and just say, this is part of me, I'd like some help, I'd like some support. Even telling doctors, and some doctors they don't believe it. They just go, no, it's not real, which is hard when the medical community is divided about what it is, and just whether they take it the wrong way, think I'm faking it, because when a me comes out, it can look quite danger. It can look quite weird. It looks like I just go to sleep and then wake up again, like my head just drops and then comes up. So it does look. It can look sometimes like it's something out of the movies, but it is not. It's just transition happening. It's just like changing drivers in a car. You got to stop the car, got to get out. It's just changing control. It takes a moment, and that's hard for people to accept. And I mean, when I first got diagnosed and I tried to tell people, I told more people than I should have, a little bit. In that, I'd tell people and they wouldn't really respond well to it, and we'd lose touch. So I just don't want to lose touch with people. I don't want to be judged unfairly. I don't want people to think bad things about me. So, yeah, I guess it's a confidence issue, a shyness kind of thing. I was like, oh, do I have the best experience? No, I don't have, no, there's a lot of good experience. A lot of people, they think it's cool, and it's like, nah, maybe not cool, but it's interesting. And I've had people ask, do you use it to get out of doing things? It's like, no, I don't just go, oh no, I'm ticking, I can't do this. It's because that way people, it's like the boy that cried wolf, you can say it so many times. So there are times I'll say I can't make it, like my Tourette's is too bad, I've had a fit, I'm really tired, it really drains me. But when I told my boyfriend Jacob, he just went, yeah. We were just sitting on the train when we done just first met. It was just, yeah. And that kind of took me, I was like, what? Haven't done this except, no one's done this before. I've never had someone just go, yeah, okay, just take it in their stride. A lot of people are like, wow, you've got Tourette's, what's going on? Which is fine too, but it was the first different experience that I'd had. Yeah.
Well, that's lovely. Good job, Jacob.
And he's been
punched. Apparently. He's a mongoose.
Apparently he's a mongoose. But he's been really good with Tourette's. He's just always there for me. He gets hit and punched and bitten. during stuff, like fits and things like that, or a tic, but he hasn't left, and I'm really thankful that...
You won't let me leave. I've tried.
I'm just really thankful that I found someone that understands as best as someone who doesn't have Tourette's can what I'm going through, and sticks by me, and just gets me. It affects me and affects my partner, because he's amazing in that he's so hands-on with my Tourette's. When I have things that it's kind of like an episode, like a fit kind of thing, where I'll be ticking uncontrollably, or there's ones that I do where I can't move. It's just I'm stuck still. I can't, like, my eyes will be closed. I can't open them. I can't talk, and I'm just frozen. And that can be really scary. But he's always there, and he'll just talk me through it, make sure that I don't hurt myself. We like find ways to communicate to make sure that I can drink or I'm not in pain, and like a wink means I love you, a blink means yes, and double blink means no. So there's like small forms of communication to get through a fit, and I can have 2 or 3 fits a day sometimes if it's a bad time, if I'm really stressed or really tired, or I've missed my medication for some reason. And then I can go days or a week without tick top bomb ticking, but then it just happens every day. I usually, when I'm out in public, or if I'm at work or around people that I haven't told about my Tourette's, or just in a not a great situation, I'll hold it in. But it's kind of like holding to go to the toilet. Like, you can only hold it for so long before you have an embarrassing moment. So when I get home, or I'll excuse myself and I'll actually go to the bathroom, and I'll just sit there and just tick quietly until I feel better, and then go back and start socializing again without having ticked in front of the people. But then I'll just at home and I'll just be cooking, and I'll stab them with an... No, I won't stab them with an... I'll gut them. I will just be like chopping up vegetables, and I will... Arteries, I'll just like be ticking at the same time, but sometimes I'm not allowed to have knives. Knives are good for death. But sometimes I won't be able to chop up things because I don't want to hurt myself. But then, I'll just be ticking, and sometimes I don't notice it. Sometimes I forget that I have Tourette's, and I'll do it, and I'll go, whoa! Oh, got Tourette's. Demons. Got demons. But usually, like with my friends, I just kind of make a joke of it. There's touch and go. If it's a bad day, it's kind of like, okay, let's not joke about it today. Let's just breathe. Don't try to set it off. But if it is a fun day for death, I'm sorry, I'm going to pop your mic.
It's fine.
But if it is a fun day, we'll like incorporate it into conversation, or we'll get like a meme, kind of just amongst friends, started off about Tourette's. One example is that we've got going is, "I'm a white man," said the black man, peeling away his skin to reveal sand. Something Tourette's has said. Doesn't make sense, but it's fun to just break the ice when there's an awkward moment and death is going to come to you one day. Things like that. Yeah, I dropped out of school because of Tourette's. Die, pig. There's no one there. Because it was just difficult for me to deal. When I was first diagnosed, I was going to the doctors, didn't feel well, and said to them, can I go somewhere to lie down, please? I don't feel well. And that's when I had my first fit, and the doctor had to sedate me to get me back out. So then it was just from that moment that I'm not coming back to school. I'm not doing it. I can't. But I did, although I didn't finish year 12, I did do tertiary education, and I was told in classrooms, can you leave? It's annoying, you're distracting me, and I understand, but at the same time, I like people to understand it's also not something I control. I don't want to annoy you. I I know it's not great. I wish I couldn't do it sometimes, you know. It's it can be very impeding on your life. It's like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm going to be late. I've had a fit, or sorry, it's difficult to get ready this morning because I won't stop stabbing people in the gut because I won't stop ticking. And yeah, there's people that who have forced tics upon me, like through echolele, like they've just said things over and over again, even if I've asked them to stop, till the point that it becomes a tic. And it's kind of like, well, I've got that now. Like, it might not show all the time, but the chances are it will resurface and come back, and I'm gonna kill you. I'm not gonna kill them, but it's like, can you please not do that? I'm not a toy. I'm a person. People, like, depending on the person, they can have several personalities. Never really known someone to have 26. Usually it's small. From what I know, it's more than that. I've only got one. Her name's Amir. She named herself. But people can have personalities that are female, male, different sexualities, different genders to what they are. Even different ages. Some people have what they call a little, which is someone who's a lot younger than they are, which can be really hard on someone who's in a relationship, because make that switch, they might see the other person in the relationship as like a parental figure. But people deal with it in all sorts of ways. Like, I know of some people who just, when they go and get books from a library, they'll get a book each time for each personality, so they've each got something to do, or they'll just keep colouring ins around for their little and things like that. It's split personality, or DID, usually comes about most often from a traumatic childhood experience, so it's usually trauma related. It's a way of your brain creates this persona to deal with an issue, so it's like, I can't deal with this barrier kind of thing. I guess I had a traumatic experience which led to me developing Tourette's syndrome, and I guess, although I don't really know, I'm kind of guessing that it's like that happened, but I haven't had a really traumatic life, so I don't quite know how Amir came to be. It's just began to notice that, oh, this is different, this I'm not in control, what is happening, okay, and then getting it diagnosed as dissociative identity disorder. I really don't tell a lot of people, just because there's a lot of misconceptions about it, and especially since Split's come out, I feel less confident and less able, like I am able to tell people about it. And I guess in a way it's just, memory is a big thing that it affects, because sometimes when Amir comes out, it's just kind of like I'm watching a movie, like I'm taking a back seat, but other times I will just get back in control, and I'll be in a different place, a different situation, and it takes me a bit to go, okay, where am I, what's happened, how much time has passed, what did I do, what did the body do, what did the body say, but yeah, sometimes it's hard with people, because Amir can be quite confronting. She doesn't really understand being rude or polite, and is just says what she means, and so she can offend people, and people won't know it's her. So I've just kind of got to deal with those consequences and just say, oh, sorry, I'm feeling not good at the moment, didn't mean to take it out on you, sorry for what I said, even if I don't know what I said. People with split personalities aren't bad people, they're regular people. I've been to university kind of stuff. I bake, I knit, I just make YouTube videos, I like pizza. I'm just I'm a pretty normal person. Like, I'm not gonna kill anyone. And a lot of people, they're just normal people that just want to have a normal job and a normal life, but they can't always have that, because getting a job is hard when, you know, there's a chance that the alter might come out. and having relationships with people can be hard because you're not just taking on you're also taking on these other people, like Amir and things like that, who can be a difficult person to deal with. But she's a nice person at the end. She's just misunderstood and just annoying. An annoying sister. It's like having an annoying sister in my head. That's the way I think of it, is you can have conjoined twins, but it's just kind of like we're conjoined to the brain. So it's just like we're taking turns, which not everyone gets, and not everyone sees it that way, and that's totally fine, but that's how I've learnt to deal and accept with it, and that's what works for me. Other people just accept that it is technically a part of them, and they merge, or they just live their life. But that's how I deal with it. But I wouldn't get rid of Amir. It's nice to have some company up here. No, I don't, in my day-to-day life, I don't really see it holding me back. I just sometimes, it'd be nice to tell more people, tell more friends, just like, hey, this is something I've got going on. But it's just not something you can really do. Sometimes it feels like one of those bad TV shows you'd watch as a kid, where there'd be teenagers that have like a supernatural power and they couldn't tell their parents or family or friends because the secret could get out. It's not like that. I don't have superpowers, but it feels like I can't tell a lot of people. And I wish I could. I wish I could be more open, and I wish my friends could go, oh, Amir's here. Or just talk to her instead of Maddy, and things like that. But at the present time, there's not enough information out there. It's not as common knowledge, but hopefully that changes with time. I really like music, acting and dancing, and when I sing, act and dance, I don't tick. It's like a switch. As soon as I do it, can't tick and can't kill people as much as I want to. I can't kill people as much as I want to. I can't tick, which is really nice. It's kind of it's a really good outlet, and it's just something I use to deal with Tourette's. That's why often when I'm doing like chores and things like that, I have like what I call a Cinderella moment, and I'll just put on backing tracks and I'll just sing, and I just get things done because there's no Tourette's coming in the way, and it's really freeing just to know that if I'm having a bad day, I can just sing and I won't be stopped by Tourette's. So hopefully careers within the performing arts industry, got a few tricks up my sleeve. It's not the end of the world. I felt like it at the time. I didn't know what was happening. I didn't know if I'd make it through it, but there's light at the end of the tunnel, even if you can't see it. It just means that you haven't walked far enough yet, I guess. But where you are now, even though it might seem like the darkest point, there is always going to be light. There is always going to be another chapter, another page, and things will get better. For every down, there is an up. And it's okay. If you meet, it can be hard. I mean, there's always crazy people when you're on the bus and things like that who are talking to themselves or twitching and things like that, and maybe they're high, maybe they're drunk, or maybe they've got Tourette's or something like that, and as easy as it can be, and I know I do it, I know everyone does it, as easy as it is to judge your book by its cover, try to read the first chapter first.